They're old. Yeah. Thank you. Good morning and happy Sabbath, everyone. And welcome you to our health alert today. And this month we are talking about men's health specifically. There's a few men in here. I'm going to address that. Okay, the 21st century men's health issues, and there are a few of them. Okay, we're going to be looking at the 21st century specifically. There we go. Okay, so 21st century. I'm going to go back one slide real quick. We'll just start right here. So if you were born anytime after 1945, the focus was on communicable diseases. Cholera, smallpox, tuberculosis. This man has smallpox. But after 1945, can someone advance that slide for me? It's not working here. After 1945, it became about contagious. It went from contagious to diseases of lifestyle. Things had really changed. There was a shift because we had vaccines, we had things to help people get better, and things changed. We started getting something called diseases of lifestyle, chronic diseases, and that comes because we have unhealthy lifestyle habits that cause undue pain and suffering. Okay. All right, so these diseases would be cardiovascular disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, that's COPD, type 2 diabetes, depression and other mental health conditions, stroke, hypertension, cancer, osteoporosis. Those became the new things that we were starting looking at because cholera, smallpox, measles were all being taken care of with vaccines. Then we started seeing these risk factors, people not exercising, having really cushy jobs, sitting at desks, unhealthy foods, because there was a lot of processed foods. The grocery stores had come to be, and now we had grocery stores with food down the aisles with a whole bunch of stuff, making us all sick and fat. And then there was smoking and drinking, because that was the way things were. It was just so glamorous to smoke and drink. And here we are with a whole lot of stuff. So men, and specifically, they don't go to the doctor. Instead of visiting the doctor, they actually visit the doctor 24% less than women do. Okay? So if you know a man in your life, please, please, please say this. Make sure that they know. 22% ignore the cholesterol in their reports. 28% had congestive heart failure. Not doing anything about that. Diabetes is an issue. And 24% had pneumonia when they went to the hospital. Okay, so don't be like this guy who doesn't go to the doctor, doesn't have a doctor, okay? Get a doctor. Get a regular physical checkup, yearly, maybe on your birthday, okay, to kind of give an update of what's going on. See the doctor when you feel something is physically off. Really important. Men often ignore this, and this is really important for us to know because we end up taking care of our sick loved ones, okay? Assess mental health and behavioral health issues like depression and anxiety. Really important. Our men are not doing this. So don't be like this guy who ignores these issues. They should have a doctor, okay? All right. Pay attention to your body and don't ignore changes. Men, do not ignore the changes going on. Subtle. They may even be subclinical, meaning they have not even been diagnosed yet, okay? So it's really important to pay attention to the signs and symptoms in your body so that you can get them assessed quickly, get them treated quickly, and recover. Okay, so cardiac changes. Some cardiac changes that may persist. Chest pain. Okay, palpitations, little fluttering, feeling like you have got something fluttering in your chest. Swelling of the feet and legs, maybe the beginning of congestive heart failure. Pay attention to these gentlemen. These are for men, for women too, but pay attention because men don't pay attention to this, okay? Dizziness, when you go from laying down to sitting up, from sitting up to standing up. Dizziness. This is also a sign that your heart may not be functioning as well. So cardiac issues, cardiac changes, pay attention to this. Respiratory changes, shortness of breath when you do regular activity. You walk to the kitchen and you're short of breath, okay? Again, the swelling of the legs because your heart's not pumping effectively, okay? And a new onset of snoring. Sleep apnea. Okay, real thing, causes some real issues with your heart. Very important to understand. So brain issues, changes in your memory, changes in vision, persistent headaches that are not relieved with medication. Okay, really important. Tingling in your hands and your feet, rigidness in your muscles, and tremors. Signs that things are happening neurologically. Okay, how about kidney issues? Mid-back pain, right in the back, right in here. Start getting pain. You may not be drinking enough water. Flush with water. Difficulty urinating, prostate issues. Changes in your color and smell of your urine. Possibly diabetes. Pay attention to the signs, gentlemen. Next slide. Okay, gastrointestinal changes. Changes in your appetite, feeling nauseated on food that you normally like to have. Now you have this nausea and maybe some vomiting, okay? Persistent stomach pain, weight loss and weight gain. Pay attention to these signs, gentlemen. So, how do you fix it? Lifestyle diseases require lifestyle changes. Nutrition, eating pure foods. Eat dinner for breakfast to front load all your nutrients. Okay? Sometimes we eat a lot of sugar in the morning, men and women. And instead, we should be front loading. So maybe dinner for breakfast, that maybe a little bit of kale and some tofu, right? Some veggie meat if you want to add that in. Some toast with whole grains to give you some good carbs and fiber to last you throughout the day. Exercise, walking after each meal and aim for 60 minutes a day. 20 minutes after each meal, and maybe you don't eat dinner, you still walk, okay? And drinking half your body weight in water unless you've been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. Okay, you have to watch your fluids because that will start to build up. And then you'll have the swelling. And then you'll feel like you're out of breath because that fluid is building up in your lungs as well. Okay, getting outside and get our solar vitamin D. You can take it by pill, but it will be peed right out. It's important to actually get it from the sunshine where it's sustainable. Next slide. Okay, self-control. You can't have too much even of a good thing. Too much water can cause problems. Too much sleep can cause problems with cardiac issues, okay? So take the time to have actually too much faith. That's a good thing. Can't have too much of that. Get fresh air outside. Aim for sleep beginning at 9 to 10 p.m. because that's when the melatonin is the highest in your body for good sleep. We miss that window, push through, like I did last night, unfortunately. But you push through and you end up with issues with your heart, okay? All right, trust in God. He will heal. He is the healer, okay? Gentlemen, this is very, very important. Very important that you pay attention to the 21st century men's issues that did not exist early part of the 20th century, okay? Really important. So, as a reminder, community health fair coming up. If you do not have a flyer, please take one, give it to your friends and neighbors. We are doing something very different that has never been done in a health fair before, okay? I'm going to tell you to come on by to see what it is. June 29th, the day after camp meeting from 2 to 5 p.m. at Wellspring Manor and Spa, a Black-owned, Adventist-owned bed and breakfast in Prince George's County. Okay, and next slide, our prayer room. From 6 a.m. to 6:30 every day, we are there. Praying, learning how to pray, learning what it is to pray, learning the power of prayer, learning that the power of prayer is the soul's breath. Really important. So if you do not have a good prayer life, you want to learn more about prayer, you want to discuss what prayer does in your life, the power of prayer, please come and join us on the prayer meeting line, and you will get information that will be priceless. Happy Sabbath, everyone.